I don't think I know anyone who has as vast a library of Blorbos as Lauren Moran.
Yeah, I do love a lot of little guys. I love
You love big guys too.
I love a lot of big guys.
Spiritually little though.
Yeah, spiritually little to me. I have many. I mean, you both also have many Blorbos too, which is why I thought it would be a good subject for you both to breach. So this is great. This is going to be a great conversation.
Reading,
Writing,
scratching,
biting.
Betty and Ming know everything. Movies,
Shows,
culture,
clothes.
Betty and Ming know everything. Science,
Math.
envy, wrath, wishes, dreams, secrets, schemes, French fries,
Soda.
Jedi Master Yoda. Betty and Ming know everything.
Yeah, I've been having a pretty much a Blorbo-based lifespan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I think that's a common experience. You're just a little kid and you latch onto a Blorbo, whether it be a Care Bear or a My Little Pony, and that gallops into your adulthood with you.
Forever and ever, amen.
And then you can expand off of that many different branches.
But before we start, I think we should introduce our listeners to who Lauren Moran is. Lauren, I would define you as one of my best friends, an artist, and kind of a cool girl extraordinaire. But I want you to tell our listeners what do you do? Who are you?
I am Lauren Moran. I come from New York. I lived in the city for a while, and now I live up in the Catskills. But I would say I'm an artist, illustrator. I love designing stuff and merchandise, and just trying to make cool things that I would want to wear or own myself, and put it out into the world, and hope people like it too.
Hell yeah.
And I have a lot of Blorbos, and I just love a lot of things, and that's the main subject matter that I like to draw, is just all the different pop culture interests I have across all my vast and strange interests.
Yeah, it seems like you have a never-ending well of inspiration from all your favorite little guys.
Yeah. I love drawing them. I love drawing my little guys. That's my way to pay my homage and let them know my love.
No, that's what I really admire, though, because when I was starting out drawing fan art for DC and Marvel, you also have some similar interests.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of disdain from the more entrenched comic book community saying, oh, that's just fan art.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, interesting, because it seemed to be fan art when I did it, but not so much when other gentlemen drew the same characters in their free time.
Yeah. I also that's sort of the way that I feel about drawing it, is I don't necessarily consider it fan art, because
That's the thing. You elevate it. You know?
I try to step away from that term, just because you're getting paid. The only thing that makes a fan art versus what's not fan art is what you're getting paid or something like that.
That's
somebody's
true.
hiring for you. So
someone's hiring you at an official capacity.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say at this point, since you make a living selling prints and merchandise with some original art, but largely based on your Blorbos and your interests, that you are a professional artist, not a professional fan artist, but a professional artist whose body of work, I would say, is inspired by pop culture and fan culture.
yes, that's exactly.
And that would be the difference.
Yeah, because I guess it's one of those dress for the job you want type of things. Where
Yeah.
the things I want to do are comic book covers. I'd love to do movie posters. I'd want to design merch for my favorite artists and creators.
You're
you
so
know?
cool. You just cut to the chase of just drawing and making the fun stuff.
And
Without,
then her heroes reach
Yeah.
out to her to work with her to make that stuff happen.
Yes.
You have a body of work that's stretched across comics, music, wrestling, and beyond. You know, it's really cool. I remember how often we'd see your shirts out in public, or celebrities wearing your shirts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
and
yeah,
we're
yeah.
that's Lauren's shirt. You
Yeah,
know?
no, that's been I don't know. That's one of the most fun parts about it too, is just being able to see people with my stuff out there. Just the fact that you like it enough to want to wear it to a specific event. I got this shirt because somebody said that they wore the Superman shirt I did recently. Oh, I wore it to the Supergirl movie. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is. that's the most rewarding part about it, is just knowing that like somebody else appreciates what I did enough to be like, yes, that's what I wanted too. It's great. Yeah, but that's like, yeah, like you said, I just cut to the chase. I think before, when I tried to create things that I thought people wanted to see from me, or that I thought would get me the jobs that I wanted, it didn't move me forward anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing as well as at conventions. Not that I ever did poorly, but I just didn't really like, things weren't picking up. I didn't really get as many like, you know, people weren't looking at my stuff online as much. But once I said, fuck it, and I just started drawing like the things that I want. I think when I started drawing wrestling stuff specifically, like, I sort of felt nervous about doing it just because of sort of the stigma that people get when you're like a wrestling fan, and also being like a woman and dealing with like the online wrestling community isn't fun. So it's like a little nerve wracking. But once I just sort of locked in on that and started doing the things that I wanted to do, that's when I just felt more joy, and I got more eyes and more jobs that I wanted.
And I would say that actually that is maybe one of your biggest legacies that I've seen real time in like the last 5 years, particularly, which would be that you're very emblematic of a larger shift of, I would say, like feminine nerd joy.
Yes.
You know, and I feel like you being one of the first professional artists to go into the wrestling sphere as a woman and be like, you know what, F it, I'm just going to draw what I want, whoever I want, make it look pretty, make it look cool, make it look punk, and bring your own joy and your own bliss to it and your spin. I think that just naturally widened the scope of the playing field, and it made more female fans feel welcome, probably, and more.
I would hope so. You know, I would hope that people would connect in that way and just want to feel like they could also, you know, start doing this stuff, or even just like make fun fan art in general. You know what I mean?
Of course. And it's like your aesthetic, it just like your joy and your interest in these subjects shines through in the work. And like that. Thank you. And then in turn, your work helps lend itself towards the aesthetic of the things that you're drawing for. And I don't know if they realize how much you're raising the ship of AEW and all of wrestling by being around in the fan sphere.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. I haven't, like, wrestling is something that I haven't, like, every once in a while when somebody like catches my interest, I'll be like, yeah, I need to do this moment or this person. But
who was your wrestling Blorbo that drew you into wrestling? Was it a specific Blorbo or just the culture?
My God. It was, actually the very first wrestling match I ever watched was, the first pay-per-view I watched was when Undertaker and Mankind had the Hell in the Cell match, and Mick Foley was that was my first experience watching wrestling. Yeah, it was, and it's one of the most legendary matches where Mick Foley just gets his shit rocked and still gets up and comes out later in a match and still like interferes. It's fucking crazy. But after that, I was like, the Undertaker is my fucking guy. I was immediately drawn to him because I was also I was also very much into Elvira. Elvira was also one of my first Blorbos, so I was just into like anybody that was like cool and spooky and just like seemed like a fucking weirdo.
Sexy, funny, goofy goth.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, like once I got into wrestling, I really loved DX in China. She was also she was so fucking cool. Then when Lita came around, she was this redheaded girl with a massive tattoo, and I was like, her. I love her. Yeah. And like first time I ever dyed my hair, I dyed my hair red to be like her. So I just wore baggy pants and everything because of her. Yeah, I was absolutely a Lita girl, but
amazing fashion and wrestling.
Oh yeah. Also. Oh my God. Across the board.
If you ever want to wonder like what the X Mansion looks like on a Saturday or Tuesday afternoon, you just look at your wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, exactly. But yeah, wrestlers were definitely some of my my first Blorbos.
You played a really big part in me getting back into wrestling like a decade ago because I was hanging out with you in New York. I showed up and you were in the middle of watching Total Divas, and you're like, do you mind like watching this? I started watching this and it's really funny and cool. And I was like, yeah, let's watch. And I was sucked in. By the time I got back to Somerville, I watched it from the beginning. And then I told Alicia that I was watching it. And she had watched like maybe a couple episodes. And then a week or two later, I was like, oh yeah, If you want, I just got all Total Divas. Like I downloaded it. I think you can watch them all. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I already caught up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I'm there. Don't worry.
And like Total Divas and Total Divas is what got me back into wrestling 10 years ago. And then like, because of time and like, one of the biggest hurdles with wrestling, at least with any sport for me, is that if you miss like a couple weeks and it turns to a month, you're like, okay, I'm a month out of storylines.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with comics. Like you're like, where am I?
Yep.
Where am I? What's happening?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it was harder for me to keep on track with wrestling. So then I just fell out of the loop. But I would like, catch free like live shows with you.
Yeah, we went to a couple takeovers, which was really
that was
fun when it was
so
at the
fun.
Barclays. Yeah.
And we saw Asuka when
We
she
did.
at
We
NXT.
sure
Yeah, that was
fucking
sick. That was fucking
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the last wrestling things we did before the pandemic started.
Yeah, it really was.
Threw a little bit of a kink in a lot of plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
But it's funny because we had bonded over the fact that we grew up with wrestling and I was like out of it until you reintroduced me to all of the current WWE lineup from 2016. And then now I'm back in it again. And when you arrived, you were like, okay, you have to tell me what's current in AEW because I'm actually out of the loop. And you're like,
Oh, on this most recent visit.
Yeah. I really don't watch wrestling as much anymore.
Yeah.
because
like,
again, it's easy to follow the loop.
But you know what else is? It's easy to fall in love even when you're not in the loop with wrestling.
Exactly.
Because
And also-
I'm not a wrestling fan, but you will just like give me some. Well, I mean, I like wrestling, but I don't follow it like you do. But
Yeah,
you give me a
yeah.
couple. Like I'll be watching with you a match, live or televised. You give me a couple little tidbits. Like I like that guy. I'll be like, I can tell. Look at him.
Yeah.
And then it's just very easy.
it's very easy to have fun at a show.
And
you just
especially
need
if
a
it's
little
a
bit of
live.
back.
It's a low
Yes,
barrier.
yes.
I would say it's a very low barrier to entry to get into wrestling or to enjoy and appreciate it. But it's like it is a field that is fertile, rich, and deep. You know, you can really excavate that and go very deep. And
Absolutely. In a lot of different ways too. Like there's so many rabbit holes and stuff when it comes to wrestling. Not even just like internationally, there's so many different things.
I'm so interested in the Japanese leagues because Betty was the one who pointed out all the crossover to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good Joshi stuff that you would really appreciate, especially like the pageantry and the costumes. Oh my God, you would eat up the costumes of Joshi wrestlers.
I was so jealous because a bunch of the Joshi did a match in Austin for like a whole week. They were all over Texas, and I didn't know until one of our mutual comic friends was posting him and his daughter at a Joshi match, and then I sent it to Jordan and Austin friends, and I was like, "Did you guys know?" And then like one of them, and they were like, "Oh my God, we should totally go next time." And like I want them to come back to America more often.
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually around WrestleMania season, they'll come through and they'll have
yeah.
shows like where WrestleMania is happening. So that's a really great time to go and catch a lot of like the smaller wrestling independent leagues all around the country because
awesome.
they'll come to wherever WrestleMania is happening and put on little shows all around. So when it was in New York, I got to see a lot of like really great, really, really good stuff. Wrestling is a good time, especially when you have, good friends to enjoy it with.
Everything's better with friends.
Touch your friend.
Touch your friend. Everyone lay hands on Lauren. This is the one podcast where it's okay.
Oh my God, both your hands are so soft.
What?
Your hand was off.
you.
Oh my God. Lauren, what are your favorite things of the moment? Like,
Yeah, who are you blorbifying?
yeah, like
RN right now, not registered nurse.
you.
I got
Every
a
time I
lot.
see you or talk to you, you always have a new recommendation. You always have something you're really into at the moment,
Yeah,
and it's always like fun hearing what's living your heart right now.
Who's in there?
Who's in
in
there?
there?
Who's in there?
At the forefront right now, I would say it's very My Chem Forward because their tour is like revamping up right now. There's a lot of new lore happening.
And you're seeing
so
them again.
I'm seeing them.
That's My Chemical Romance for
Oh,
any not
yes.
initiated.
Yeah,
Can
My
you
Chemical
imagine
Romance.
if like all of the 5 Neil fans who listen to us
Didn't know what
who
My Chem was?
Romance was?
They're like, wow, she's doing home science experiments.
yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be great. Gerard Way, my top Blorbo. I'm also very into like Dropout. Dropout's very much at the top of my
Dropout TV.
Yeah,
Speaking
I love
of comedy.
Dropout
I
TV.
love all
you
those
got me. You
babies.
got me into it.
I did. I
and
had
then
to.
and then I kept telling everyone else, and then we're all watching it now.
I know. I had to get other people to love the Noise Boys like I do
So
because
funny.
The Noise
God,
Boys are
they're
hilarious.
all perfect little babies.
Who's your favorite noisemaker?
Probably Brennan Lee
Yeah,
Mulligan's
yeah.
like one of my top guys. Love that.
Him as
Love
a
that freak.
giant evil baby on Dropout.
Oh my God, him and Jacob Wazaki as those insane children.
Yeah.
My best friend and I want to go as them for
Oh
Halloween.
my
this
God.
year.
Oh, wow.
I want to go
Oh
dress
my
up like
God,
them.
do it.
I know. Could
That
you
would be
imagine?
amazing.
Oh my God, that'd
It's
be
gonna
so
great.
ghoulish.
She calls her vape her Baba all the time now. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Oh my God.
I also very like obsession heavy on my mind. I don't even know if that's a Blorbo.
I mean,
Just a thing I'm thinking about.
I've been obsessed with obsession.
Obsessed
too.
with obsession.
Yeah.
And also largely like you have a ton of horror Blorbos.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Speaking of obsession.
Speaking of obsession.
And speaking of horror, I just showed Lauren Neil's new guide to horror.
Oh, because you're a big fan of the Guide to
Yes,
the Races of
yes,
Star Wars. Ooh,
yes.
what did you think?
I loved it. I loved it so much.
Betty created it with the Eddie and the Cruisers line.
Yeah, that was my suggestion, and then
my
he was
God.
like,
Well,
"Oh
she
my
didn't
God."
create it,
And-
but
and-
she kicked off.
But he immediately like opened his laptop. I was like, oh, like just
Eddie
started
and the
like
Cruisers. Okay, go.
like writing all these ideas and a bunch of us were over and we are just like throwing out different ideas and it was a lot of fun
Oh my
because
God.
Neil came up with such a good list and all of them were. I want him to do a zine of
B-52s. I think my
I
favorite
want
part
a
is the
B-52.
talking like
Oh, that's
this.
a great zine idea. I can illustrate those guys.
yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be fun to do a zine of like if we did the Star Wars one and we just had all the different
Yes!
Oh,
We
that's
just
what we
all
should do.
Yeah.
Lauren
Oh
and
my
I have been
God,
trying to
you guys should
brainstorm a
literally
zine
do
to do
that.
together.
Yeah.
That is
We'll do
so
that.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. This
Okay.
pact is sealed. We have just
Yes,
shaken.
Yes. Oh,
I
another
witnessed it.
Blorbo. Sorry, but another Blorbo, Rocky from fucking Project Hail Mary.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that
yeah.
sweet little I was like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Also Rocky.
Yeah, also Rocky. I was gonna
Rocky
say,
Horror
I bet
Picture
you also
Show.
loved it because of that.
Same
Also
guy.
that.
Same guy.
Same
I would
guy,
love to
same
see
guy.
the little Rocky border and those sparkly briefs.
I know. He would love it. He would look so good.
And then what? Six little wrestling boots on the bottom of his
little bits of
Just
blush.
flexing.
and little
Yeah.
little blush glitter on his
Yes.
little.
Oh my God. That would be so perfect. That would be so perfect.
Have you drawn Rocky yet?
I've done ink things for
Yeah.
no, I did a Valentine of Frankenfurter. Oh no,
No.
Rocky. Sorry.
From Project Hail Mary.
moving around. No, I haven't.
The word
It's
cloud
on the
has a
list.
lot of similar word overlap up here.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you mentioned Rocky, and my favorite dropout character is Zeke Aaron McKinley, who is literally Rocks from.
Oh my God.
From,
Oh my God, I just
Very
watched
Important
that
People.
whole episode.
I just shit a rock. I just shit a rock. Oh my God. Yeah.
He's
I'm
so-
just rocks.
He's so cute.
Oh my God.
Um,
My brother to come home from the army. Perfect. Yeah, a lot of really good, very important people Blorbos. This is the most ADHD conversation. I'm so sorry.
No,
My
it's
brain
not.
is
Not our entire podcast is ADHD.
That's fair.
We're
That's
just,
a good.
We're
that's
just riding
fair.
on a flow, you know?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love
We're
it.
tumbling downhill. There's no sort of
Like a
structure
rock.
here, baby. Yeah, just like a Rocky.
Just like all the Rockies.
Solid like a rock. And yeah, okay, so you got Rocky.
Rocky.
What about The Rock?
The Rock. You love The Rock.
Also love The Rock. I mean, who doesn't love Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah. Are you gonna rush out to see Moana?
No, I won't. I
Yeah,
won't be
he's a
seeing
guy,
that.
and I would say we all like Dwayne Johnson for things he's done, but he probably has enough money now.
No, I think he can. I think he has
can
earned.
rest.
He has earned the right to rest.
You know, it's not.
Yeah.
They always are telling you don't rest on your laurels, but that guy is a guy who I hope starts thinking those laurels look cushy soon.
Yeah, I think so.
He deserves a break. He can take a little break and then I think once he comes back, then people will be so excited. But he's always on the move. You
Yeah,
know?
he
Yep.
is.
I get it, and he doesn't want Cena to take his spot.
And
I think
Cena's
it's
coming
Cena's
up.
time. I think it's Cena's
Yeah.
time.
Oh
Also
gosh,
love it.
Peacemaker was so great.
I
It
know.
was so, man, I love seeing, he's in some movie coming up. I don't know what it is, but I've been seeing all like the
Oh.
press junkets for it.
I would say that John Cena is coming up quickly on being one of my. He's not a full blown Blorbo yet, but I would say he's a C-list personal Blorbo of mine at the moment. Like he's working his way up the tiers.
He's getting up there,
and it's for me. He's taken over that tier of Massachusetts blonde hunk that Chris Evans was in. I think that John Cena is really climbing right up there.
Yeah.
And he might be stepping right on the shoulder of Crevens.
I think
to get into the B tier.
I think he's a good one because he is one of those people. I mean, who knows with fucking celebrities, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he seems like one of those genuinely good, thoughtful people who he's the Make-A-Wish record breaker.
That's so cute.
You know what I mean? Like he is a guy who's like,
just a good man.
he's just a good man, a good
and
big
I love
man.
that he's always bettering himself, like playing piano and cooking and
learning
coffee and all.
Chinese?
Yeah,
Yeah.
他也会说中文，我们可以聊天儿。
If you met John Cena, you'd have to speak Chinese. to him.
Yeah, I'd be like, come up here.
Yes, come here, pick me up. I would want you to say pick me up in Chinese.
I usually don't.
And he probably would.
I usually don't speak Chinese because anyone who understands it can hear how bad my accent was just then, and I'm terribly, terribly shy and nervous of my Chinese. But if John Cena wanted to have a nice Massachusetts Chinese conversation with
He
me,
would love it. If anybody would be so thrilled and not like judgmental of that, it would be him. It would be him.
I
But
think-
also, like, it's impressive that you can speak Chinese, period. So,
Yeah, it's also impressive that you can do it. Not just that John Cena can do it. It's cool that you can do it also.
Yeah, John Cena. And I only had to study it for 10 years throughout the course of my whole school.
I mean, he learned it while doing everything.
He did everything
wrestling.
else. That's why it's more impressive. But he also, I presume, has many tutors and so
Oh,
on.
yeah. For sure.
I bet he has like someone that he speaks only
I don't
Chinese
begrudge
to.
him that though, because he's ultra rich, and it's so cool that he's using his money to make Hannibal Lecter type suits in his size, learn languages, learn instruments, learn gourmet cooking. Learn, like he's a studied man of the world, and that's a great way to blow your fortune, or not even blow.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm sure he's a canny businessman. I'm sure his investments are fine.
They probably are.
yeah.
They probably are.
There's an
believe in
episode,
him.
there's a moment from Total Divas where he
He does not look.
I have
he
to
does
watch
not
it
come
for
off the
that.
best. Yeah.
I have to
but
watch
it's so
it for
funny.
that.
Well, there's a moment where he's at dinner, a steak dinner with Nikki Bella, and he's like, Nicole, I had a really great opportunity.
The full legal name
on-
comes out.
He goes, Nicole, he always says it like a Nicole. I had a really amazing opportunity come up that I could get a really great deal on some suits. And she goes, John, how many suits did you buy? and John's like, I just had a really great opportunity to get these suits. And she goes, John, and he goes, 55 suits.
55 hamburgers, 55 suits, 55 ties, 55 shoes, 55 hats.
And here's the thing, is that I recently saw another interview with John Cena where he at one point.
Sorry about that.
No,
Neil.
that's perfect because I'm just
It's
gonna
gonna
wrap
hurt
it up.
his ears. Okay.
Because I saw a recent interview where he was talking about something in the news, and then he was like, "Yeah." Then my response was, "You sure about that? You sure about that?" And then some of the audience laughed. He goes, "Okay, I'm glad some people knew what I was doing there." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, did he just discover Tim Robinson?"
I love it when our Blorbos love our Blorbos.
I know.
Yeah.
But he also
He loves comedy because he has that photo with Nathan Fielder.
He does. Oh no,
wow.
and even Eric Andre said that like his comedic timing is
you
like
can tell.
so. Oh yeah,
You can tell from
he's
Peacemaker.
so
and
funny.
everything,
He's
yeah.
so funny.
He has the chops.
But I also
The
think
chops
he
and the
was
charm.
referring to. He did this one. I think it was like him surprising fans.
Oh,
And it's the moment where he peeled his face off of like a photo of him.
I
and he
saw
goes,
that, I
Are
saw
you
that."
sure about that?
you're so right. I think you're totally right.
So he was. I'm sure he does watch Tim Robinson,
You
but
know
it's
what?
also funny because he's referring to his own meme.
You know
He's
what? You're so
referring
right. I think that's exactly what it was. That is so much cuter.
He's a cute little guy.
Either
Cute.
way, he's great.
He is one of my Massachusetts Blorbos.
That's
for
so
sure.
cute about him getting the 55 suits though, because that's totally like when you go into a tailor in Chinatown or in Hanoi or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I might just get like one or two like custom tailored cheongsams or cheap house, or just like one nice little silk shirt. And then they're like, well, you're in here. If you order 10,
How about?
then they're only 100 kwai instead of 1,000 each. And so
But that's a really good deal.
I imagine
And
something
especially for
similar
him.
happened to John Cena. His tailor was just like, oh, this is a guy with infinite money who likes suits. You know, if you like this one plaid suit, I can make 54 more for you.
Yeah.
For kind of a good deal.
Yeah, and because he always,
I love it.
He clearly needed custom suits. For
He's
his
big through the
body.
shoulders.
Yeah.
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 Barrel chested.
Yeah.
Broad man.
He big boy.
I bet that his
Big boy
bi delt
need big
measurements
suit.
were like 44 inches.
Probably. Oh my God. I want to try on one of his suits because it probably looked like the David Byrne. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lauren Moran in the big suit. Also, listeners, Lauren Moran and I are proud members of the Underneath 5'4" Club together.
Yes. Very.
So imagine us
very
in the
short.
big John Cena suit.
I would love it. Just be swimming in it.
I
and
would
be
fit them perfectly.
Oh, yeah,
at
that would
5'6".
fit you
At 5'6",
At 5'6", they'd fit me
you
perfectly.
could stride down the street, no alterations necessary.
Yeah, you and John
your
Cena
big
are
boots.
clearly the same size. It's
Do you think John Cena's like tall, or do you think that because you know how wrestlers the stats?
yeah, I think he's relatively tall. I guess I would have to see photos of him compared to tall people to know.
Let's stand him next to Takeshita.
Oh yeah, because he clearly is tall, but also maybe he's just near short people.
Could be.
I can't tell.
I think most male wrestlers are 5'8", but they say that they're 5'11".
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just because so they can look bigger in the ring, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
so people who are a little bit taller than average seem even bigger
Yeah,
as well, which is
like
also,
Claudio.
Yeah. Yep.
Other
That's him.
Blorbos. Can we talk about horror Blorbos?
Let's
Yes.
we can talk about whatever Blorbos we want to talk about.
I want to talk about the work that you've done inspired by Guillermo del Toro's films, because when I think of your work, aside from wrestling, and of course, aside from pop culture, music,
Yes.
art, I think of Guillermo particularly,
Yeah.
horror
Yeah.
as a whole. Your faves, Alordi, Big Franken
Oh
Man.
my God, I am so incredibly obsessed with the GDT's Frankenstein because it's just
beautiful.
It's a perfect movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I just am obsessed. The makeup, the acting, the set pieces, like
Yes.
everything about it. But like specifically the Jacob Elordi Frankie creature.
That's what I love about GDT stuff is you can tell that's a man who has Blorbos.
Yes.
GDT himself has Blorbos.
And he is a Blorbo.
And he is a
to
Blorbo
Kojima.
to Kojima.
Yeah.
And to
But-
me.
And to all of us.
But
yeah.
I think
you have a little.
I have a little GDT.
I think GDT makes media that is, that has a spark of passion that he is so incredibly obsessed with, and it's just like a little Blorbo charm, and then he'll build a world around it. I think that's what is so encapsulating and draws us in.
Yes.
More so than just like a regular horror guy.
It's such
Yes.
a love letter.
you
Everything
can tell that
does
he
is a love
loves
letter.
something at the even
Yeah.
Crimson Peak, with how gross those people are. You can still tell that he's like, I love these little freaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Yeah.
can just see all the passion and all the detail that he wants. And he picks people who also have the same passion as him.
The fact that he basically poached Guy Davis from comic books, because he was Guy Davis, who drew BPRD and all that. He was like,
Yeah.
I love the way you draw little creatures and freaks. Come and be my storyboard artist and conceptual designer. So like we can always begrudge GDT for stealing Guy Davis, but good for Guy Davis for getting that cash and then
Yes.
bringing the vision to so many more people.
And also, like, that's probably a much more fun and less stressful job.
I mean, we'd all
dreams.
We would all be working. We would all be doing that if we
oh my
could.
God.
I mean,
Like,
can
true.
you imagine if either of you got poached by a GDT?
Coach me, please.
I
you know?
even if I'm just painting the little rocks on the set, I just want to be in a room.
I'll just design the
helping him-
wallpaper for his creepy mansions.
I would love to help him bring anything to life just
Yeah.
because he's
We're
so
just longing for a
brilliant.
patron of the creepy arts.
Yes, please.
to summon you, beckon you with his bony finger,
Yeah, we need
you
a
know?
new, with this bony knob, we need a new Sarah Winchester to create another cursed mansion upon which construction may never cease.
Yeah, but it's art collective.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. He is definitely I love him. I love his work. And just like even listening to him talk every time he's in like a Q&A, or even when he is the Q&A interviewer, he is just so full with like really interesting questions and curiosities and just such a love for film in general and creativity. And it's incredible.
That's a sign of, I think I'm going to go so far as to blow ourselves up with pompousness now and say that having a Blorbo, much less multiple, is the sign of a curious and inquiring mind.
Yes.
Because most people will just be like, oh, what's popular right now? Soccer, football? Who's the big one? Messi? I like Messi. Get me the Messi jersey. That's number one. But if you have a Blorbo, that means that you've taken the time to scrutinize and examine a piece of media.
You saw this a big group of, when you do any type of media, when you engage with any form of media, you are faced with a whole cast of characters. One of them speaks to your heart. And you're like,
and if
okay.
it's not the main guy that everyone else likes,
Oh my God.
And it's usually a little freak.
Then you might be on the spectrum.
But it's like, how beautiful.
Affectionate as we all are.
How beautiful to like watch a thing and then a character like really speaks to you, you know? And then you're like, I'm thinking about the character beyond just engaging with this piece of media. Like once the movie's done, you're like, oh, that character's still in my mind. This person created a character, and you're like, wow, that character lives in me now, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like pretty cool.
And I feel like it's also if you feel some kind of relation to them, like if there's something that you see in yourself in that character or something you aspire to be in that person, like, or creature, whatever, like that's what draws you in, you know?
Yeah, totally. I wonder if there's something to be said that a lot of my Blorbos are just like really tall men. Like, I just want to see the world from that height.
I always get upset whenever, not upset, but I always like laugh whenever I see videos of people like your perspective, like the perspective of a tall person on a 5'2" person. And it's like, is that how people see me? Is that what I look like?
Of course, none of you have been taking me seriously. When I look like the dog.
I look like you could pick me up by the scruff and carry me wherever. Like, oh my God.
I think so much in Tomodachi life.
Yes, exactly.
There's like you can just pick up the little guys and they go, that's us constantly.
Yep. Oh my God. What about Blorbos for you guys? Who are you currently feeling or just excited to see?
You know how much we love Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Anakin and Obi-Wan
and also
major
as
Blorbos.
you are also a Star Wars
Ahsoka
fan.
is my Blor. I mean, I have a lot of Star Wars Blorbos, but Ahsoka is like.
Who's your top 5 Star Wars Blorbos?
All right, I would say Ahsoka, Grievous, Grogu.
Those are good top 3 at least.
Thank
Ahsoka,
you.
Grievous,
Thank
and
you.
Grogu. Top 5 Blorbos is a lot.
I'm just it's more
Who do you count as the last 2?
It's hard. Yeah, I love a lot.
You know what though? I will say while you ponder on those
Who are
last
your
2.
5?
Well, those 3 though, she kind of covers good guy, a droid type, or part machine, more machine than man, but also evil. And then you have a Yoda type alien, but also a cute baby. So
it's very
you kind of covered like
very dynamic.
the 3 big categories because each of them have, and then good guy's a Jedi, so and a girl.
Thank you.
I guess
You like Ezra Bridger.
I do love Ezra Bridger, but
See a top 5?
I don't know if he's a top 5. See,
I saw you start to get tears in your eyes thinking about him the other day. So
I could do it truly like if we think too much about Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can really
I know. Poor
I can start crying at any
but
point.
He's not a
just thinking too
Blorbo
deep.
though.
He is a Blorbo, but not a top 5. I feel like Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
Asajj rules.
Yeah,
we
she's
love her.
I love everything about her. Oh my God.
I loved when she showed up in the Bad Batch.
That
That was so exciting.
I also just love Chopper.
Little Chip Chop.
Chopper, yeah.
he's
those
great.
are probably my top 5 Blorbos.
That's a good pull.
Thank
Those
you.
are good pulls.
Thank you.
They all go across different series and movies.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know Star Wars is like, I love
It's infinite.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Star Wars is pizza to me. No matter what, I'm gonna like whatever they give me, except for Rada. But like, I will
God,
love.
She hates Rada. She hates Rada.
Who's a recent Blorbo for me and Ming?
Yeah, we love that
I
guy.
know you love him. I just don't like the abs and I don't like the traps. If he
But you love wrestling.
He literally is a wrestler.
He's a worm though. He shouldn't look like that. If he
Says
was just
you.
like,
So is you.
If he was just like, if he just looked like a standard Hut and was doing that, I would be okay with it. I just,
Wow.
Yeah, because
she
if
hates
he-
Hut exceptionalism.
it's just in my heart of
Yeah.
hearts, I feel like Jeremy Allen White was like, I don't want to play like a gross looking worm. Can we do something to make him
look
like
hot.
a little cooler?
Make him look hot.
I just feel like he asked to make him cooler.
So you think he used his star power pull to just be like, oh, I don't know. Can we make him not talk like that?
yeah, and I don't want to speak that language. I don't want to learn a whole language.
Hey, can he have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right.
Like there were moments I understood. I get it. I get why you guys like him. it feels like those
no.
weird Pokemon with
I
abs.
will
and
say
arms.
we
I get you.
both complained that we thought it fucking sucked that he spoke English and not Huttese the whole film.
Mhm.
So
Also, just have him. We thought maybe he could be a little practical sometimes.
he could maybe be a really jacked puppet occasionally, like in
Yeah.
close-up
But-
talks.
but then
Yeah.
also like people would try to fuck that
Yeah,
puppet.
they would for sure.
They probably tried to take that puppet.
It's so lucky that Jabba deteriorated and rotted away before the internet.
Man, so sad though, man. It's sad that because that would probably be in the Lucas Museum if he was like,
which I can't
right?
wait. Oh, speaking of Blorbos who have fallen. George
Sam
Luke,
Neill?
no, not Sam Neill. I love Sam Neill, R.I.P. to him. Of course, he was a huge Blorbo. We all love him, and we can't
Yes.
even talk about that. It's too soon.
Yeah.
But it's George Lucas today. I
Uh-huh.
saw a quote saying that he is a big proponent of AI. And
Oh
he
yeah,
thinks-
I saw.
And he thinks that people who don't use AI are like sticking their heads in the sand.
they're acting like people who still ride horse and buggies during when cars are invented.
And I'm like, okay, George, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
That's so.
It's
fucking
because he is
annoying.
so optimistic with technology, but also
Yeah.
come
Take a
on.
look around.
Yeah, it looks bad.
It's one of those things that like you can tell that somebody doesn't necessarily understand the scope of what it means.
What
like
it's doing to
yeah,
people.
and like it's not like there are ways in like especially there's things in healthcare that it can help with. I read something about
and that's
how-
what it's for.
Exactly. Like there was
know?
an ER that anytime vitals changed on like any of the patients, there was a notification. So like a nurse was able to check, and a lot more people were able to survive what was going on in the ER because the AI was able to tell the nurses as soon as something was going on, like something like that.
Streamlining, like
But that's also
that
the shit
type
that you
of
don't
stuff.
need a data center for.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the shit that we are building these fucking energy sucking heat proponents that
I know, exactly. It's so frustrating.
and on top of that, it always looks bad. Like any of the AI art, I'm like, it looks like garbage.
Technically, it may be more accomplished. It may be more flushed out or whatever. Like, I'm sure to somebody like George who looks at it, he's like, wow, look at all the smog particles over there. Wow, we had to spend hours programming in each moat back when I was doing the pod racing scene. So much exhaust. We could make it right now. But think about...
Yeah.
No, it's like people didn't make it.
Yeah.
Like it's just you can tell. You can
Yes.
tell when stuff is just generated. It's too perfect or too precisely random.
Yeah.
It just looks like an insurance ad. Like every time I see it, it looks like a pop up.
And more
you
than
know?
that, just think about the ecosphere, the economy, and also our entire atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like think about how long it's been since somebody like George has been in the garage
Yeah.
with the Skywalker sound boys, you know?
It's just like, yeah, when you have so much money and you're kind of so out of touch with
Yeah.
real people and like the way it affects real people, it's
And again, that's why like Guillermo would never, I don't think. That's
no,
somebody
he is
who,
the biggest
yeah.
fuck AI man.
he reveres craftsmanship and the individualistic human stamp. And
Yes.
that
Isn't-
rules.
Who directed Terminator?
James Cameron.
Yeah, he's like into AI too.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like, of course
obviously.
he is.
Well, because it's taken him 10 to 15 years to make each one of his
Jerk
I
off.
blew myself films.
yeah, he's studying. You know what? He is subjecting everyone to his Blorbos,
yeah.
and
Ugh.
I don't care for it.
Negative. The only
Negative.
good thing to
Bad, bad,
come
bad.
out of Avatar is that one ride at Disney World.
Honestly,
Flight of the Banshee.
true.
I
Ride
mean,
of
I
the
know it's your
Banshee.
guys'
Yeah.
favorite ride. I need to go on it.
I love
It's
Ride of the
really-
Banshee. It rolls.
It is. It's a fucking great ass ride. But I heard they're supposed to be building like an Avatar land in Disneyland, which
I wish they wouldn't.
I wish they wouldn't because they're taking out the Monsters Inc. ride, which what the fuck?
That's our favorite. That's one of our favorites.
I know.
Monsters Inc. ride and nothing can stop us now, no matter how. Those are our favorite rides.
But I also read a rumor that they're kind of nixing that and potentially doing a Zootopia land there.
Well, that would make
Oh.
sense just like considering how hugely popular that is in like Asia and
Yeah.
stuff.
And Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And Animal Kingdom, yeah, that's a good crossover.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh no, it's going to be in Disneyland.
Oh,
in
shit.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
The Avatar Land staying in
in
Animal
California
Kingdom.
Adventure.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's cool.
Which would be cool. We'll see. I still don't want them to take away that Monsters Inc.
I
ride.
love that ride.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Example of good man.
He also good man. Oh, Righteous
Contact
Gemstones.
Lens.
Also Blorbos.
I started
you're
watching.
Oh,
We just
yes.
started watching.
Yeah.
Neil and I watched a few more episodes. The
Good.
other night.
Oh.
We were
Yeah,
really
because
liking it.
because I watched the first episode with them and I had seen it before, and Ming was like, "Who's your favorite character?" I was like, "Keith," and she goes, "Oh, the Satan guy."
Yep.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Keith and BJ are my two. Honestly, like all the spouses, I
Yeah.
love them. And Judy is fucking so chaos. Oh, I can't. And it's one of those shows that just gets better and better and better the more you watch it.
Yeah.
It's just so
Great.
Like you will get to the point where you love this family so much that you're going to be crying at the end of seasons. That's how.
Oh my god, but they're
good it
so
is.
awful. I can't wait.
But yeah,
Yeah,
they just,
no,
oh,
they're such a chaos family, and they're all just wanting their mommy back.
yeah,
They all want their mommy back.
yeah,
But it's a really, like, everyone gets a good ending.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Oh, and in the later seasons, there's a very fun like wrestling arc. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Wrestling for
Yeah.
Christ.
Yes, wrestling for Christ.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
I forgot all about that, but holy shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. Righteous Gemstones also.
Come on down off that cross, brother, so I can break your bones and break bread with you.
Oh my God. There's a mega church somewhere that absolutely does that shit.
Yeah. I mean, God's a Blorbo for a lot of people. It is. I mean, when you think about it, is
Religions,
that not
Jesus is a big blurbo for people.
like what?
And you can tell because they make lots of little plastic figurines of Jesus.
They
Yeah.
sure do.
So you can tell that that's a Blorbo.
That's a Blorbo. That's
Yeah.
one of the most famous Blorbo of them all.
I'm more on the Yoda route when it
Yeah.
comes to a Blorbo of
Religious
spirituality.
Blorbos. Yeah.
But as discussed.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, maybe people don't really appreciate when I tell them that their Blorbo is Jesus. You know, when I saw The Nun or The Nun 2, I kept thinking, or The First Omen. When I saw The First Omen, one of those movies, someone was a nun, and all I could think of, like, they show the whole ceremony of like when you get nunned, officiated. When you get nunned,
When you get into the habit.
yeah, they basically do like a wedding ceremony at the church, but it's just you and you
get married to Christ.
God. And
That's why they all wear the wedding bands.
exactly. And all I could think of, I was like, becoming a nun is crazy because that's like marrying your Blorbo.
Yeah.
It's like the lady who married the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, or the lady who married a roller coaster.
Yeah.
like that type of.
Well,
But also,
she should be allowed.
if that's what makes you happy,
I
like,
think
Hey, if
the
you're
Eiffel
not hurting anybody,
the
that's
Eiffel Tower
fine.
can have as many brides as it wants.
you can marry any
Absolutely.
anime character you want, but just,
Just like that guy who makes all of the paper cutouts in that mansion in LA of the anime girlies.
What?
Have you not seen this video?
No.
There's some man, I forget his name. I'll try and find the video, but he's like the son of a famous director or something.
It's a Max Landis.
It's not Max Landis.
That was my immediate thought.
But it is
That dumb
it is
fuck. God, I
someone
hate
of that
guy.
ilk, I'm sure.
Ew.
And it's like he has his Nepo baby mansion paid for by his daddy, and it's like just absolutely filled floor to ceiling with life-size paper standees of anime girls that he's made. And in some cases, he makes them to be like 60 feet tall, and he puts them up in
Wow.
his like yard and stuff.
Where does he get a printer for
it's a
that?
Blorbo man money?
Yeah, that's
Money.
true.
Daddy from
Daddy.
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 Here, I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google anime stand-up freak.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, I'm
see
gonna
it.
do it too.
I want to see it.
Max Landis.
It's not him. It's not him.
Dude, there was one time where
I would
Mondo
never
and
try to
I
think
were-
about him.
I don't remember what movie we were seeing at the New Bev, but you have to. It's general admission, so you have to like get in line. And like he drove past it in like some kind of car with the top down and was like screaming like, "You guys know that, blah, blah, yeah." Like he like
Ew, he's
said the
begging-
ending to this, like truly just being such a jerk off, just trying to get attention and for people to notice him. I
Ew.
fucking hate that guy. He's so gross.
And a very
That weird shit he did with Carly Rae Jepsen, like
he's
I
he's
hate
just
him.
weird across the board. An anti-Blorbo.
All right, I found
Yeah.
the guy.
Max Landis. Just kidding. You're just gonna play the video.
This is the first hallway.
Why do you need that many
Anyway,
of one girl?
we don't need to play more, but it's 100 billion photo. Like you can just, I'll just let this run.
But it's the same. It's the same.
We should make a
No,
house
they're all
like that of all
different. They're
Star
all
Wars
anime
characters.
guys.
We should do this with Star Wars characters.
And this is his home.
And this is, well, it's a home that he's in. I don't know if it's his primary residence, but it's an entire mansion that's been dedicated to his blorbs.
well,
Well,
as long as he's not hurting anybody.
I think it's okay that I have, a couple of IKEA bookshelves and bookcases.
he has an Obama cutout too.
He's
That's
just
good, though.
doing anything.
You know what though?
Hey man, at least he's liberal. At least he's not.
Yeah, he had an Obama statue.
That's
stand
nice.
up. Wow, he has a lot. This looks horrible. This is a really bad way to live. I just think it looks bad. But
I
you
wonder.
know what?
I wonder if it's not like I
It's
thought
like
he was
the
just
room
doing
of
it for
100
attention.
grants.
Did you think he was? Yeah. Did you think that he was?
I thought it was just a bit, and he was doing it for attention. But it's been so sustained. It's been several years now.
He has like a whole floor. That's one character. It almost feels like
It's performance art or compulsion.
doing like a
Maybe,
skin
yeah.
on a like if you're building a mansion on like some video game, you you place like a custom floor pattern with all these anime things.
Sorry to show you such a disturbing thing.
It's fine. You know
It's
what?
all right.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it
Like
is-
they're not in gross outfits or anything like that. It's not like
and it's not like a goon. I mean, it
Yeah.
probably is a goon.
I'm sure it is.
house
I'm
for
sure
him,
gooning happens, but
but it doesn't. It's
The hallway
weirdly
of
they're
girls.
not. They're not as scary as I thought it was going to be or concerning. You know, but I wouldn't want.
but it's not good.
I don't want to go there. You know
it's
what?
not like-
I would go there during the day with another person.
I would go there with a group of people.
Yes.
Okay,
This
his
is in
dad.
LA?
His dad is the guy who wrote Grease. That's
What?
the guy who wrote Grease. That's how he has
Okay.
this money.
All right.
Grease Sun.
Grease
Anime
Sun
dungeon.
anime cutout house. If you care to Google.
Wow.
I think I've seen enough, but
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
fair.
it. But in case the listeners want to take a look at what we
So
just
anyway,
saw.
this is all just to say, as much as we blow up the idea of having Blorbos, everything in moderation.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what though? Again, if it's not hurt,
It's not hurting anyone.
I don't know
Yes,
how.
you're not
I
hurting
mean, I
anyone.
presume he told people so that they would do a whole thing about it, though.
Yeah.
Like that's not his video. That's the video on the news or something, right?
No, that's his video.
Oh,
He's showing it off.
oh, he's being weird. That's fine. You know, he just show. I thought that the news like look at Grease Sun's anime house,
Grease Sons.
Grease Sun's anime mansion,
Beautiful.
Grease Sun.
Grease Sun.
Do you ever have a Blorbo, John Travolta, or musical theater Blorbo? Speaking of Grease.
Oh my God. I mean, John Cameron Mitchell, Hedwig.
Oh, Hedwig
Yeah,
and the
Hedwig
Angry
and
Inch.
Mirror is
Yeah.
probably my
Course.
my
Love that.
biggest.
And Velvet Goldmine. I got into those two films around the same time, and I was like, all this fake glam music, or
yeah.
fake, quote unquote. But,
yes,
so
yes.
good.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's probably. And what's fucking crazy too is that apparently John Cameron Mitchell is like working with My Chemical Romance and Gerard
Yes.
Way.
Of course.
To bring the Black Parade and to like apparently it's going to be something like the new Phantom Masquerade thing that's
Oh, an
happening.
experience
where it's
you can
like,
walk
yeah,
through?
Yeah, I just saying one time Gerard Way and I had a conversation about Hedwig on Twitter,
That's
and
good.
I feel like I just want to manifest. I want to work on this thing somehow, whether
Yeah.
it's making merch or a poster or anything. I just.
It feels
would
like you
literally
dreamed up this collab.
It
Like,
would
this is
literally
from your
be my
imagination.
two like biggest like inspirational people.
You
And
heard
I
it
had
here
to work
first,
it.
Gerard.
Somebody.
John Cameron Mitchell, we know you're listening.
John
Defend
Cameron
yourself.
Mitchell and Gerard Way.
Get me in the
JCM,
room, get me in the
JCM,
room.
MCR.
Can you send a DM to @Lauren Moran, you two?
Please just get me.
JCM, MCR, send DM to LM.
Please, I just
That's the way to go.
get me in there, get me in there. But something.
I think it's good to say that and manifest
I want to
it.
Yeah.
manifest it. I want to put it out into the world. When I first heard it, I like posted online too. I was like, I need to work on this, please. I need to make it happen. But it's cool because when Hedwig was on Broadway again, I did a lot of fan art for it. And I was lucky that one of the producers saw the work and like I was able to get to go to a lot of shows for free. And not one of the makeup artists, Mike Potter, he designs the wigs and the makeup. He saw my work too. And he invited me backstage to look and photograph all the wigs and stuff. So I could
That's so cool.
I could actually like draw them up close and it's.
You had like
Yeah.
access to the dressing room.
I got to go backstage at like one of my favorite things of all time.
And
It
you
was
saw
crazy.
Hedwig so many times during that. You were in the newspaper for it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was one of those. It was when it it was pitched to me not like it was pitched to me as like fans who create like really cool work, and then it was published as like, oh, these crazy fans seeing things all the time. So I was like, when it came out, I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. But it was cool.
It was really cute.
Yeah,
and cool,
it was like
though.
a cute photo of me holding my work in front of the theater. But yeah, I went to see it 26 times.
That's amazing.
We-
that I did not do in moderation.
That was
Wow.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you just catch a rush show or whatever.
Yeah, and because I worked so close to it, and like tickets were only $40, and I was anytime I was like, I don't feel very good today, I'm gonna go see Hedwig. And I
That's
also wanted
awesome.
to see like every person who played Hedwig too.
Yeah, because you
which was-
you got to see every single person.
I sure did.
Who was your favorite Hedwig aside from?
Oh, Andrew Rannells was really, really good. He was from Book of Mormon.
Okay.
And I also really loved Darren Criss. Darren Criss was also like
We saw Darren Criss.
Darren
and
Criss was
He was so cute. It was so
Yeah.
cute because the people we saw in line, like we were talking to some of the people who were waiting in line with us, and like they were like, "Oh, this is my first Broadway show. I'm just here because I like Darren Criss,
Yeah.
from Glee,
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
"That's really cute."
Yeah, it was.
He was so cute.
I know, and I got to see like John Cameron Mitchell play Hedwig too,
Oh,
which
hells
was
yes.
like, oh,
That's great.
the Mecca. But yeah, that was. I miss it. I miss seeing it. But
and then
it's
you
great.
came to see it with us in Boston
I did
right
oh,
before
yes.
the pandemic because it was
On
playing.
the touring, yeah.
Yeah, and that was beautiful. And I remember like everyone we brought who hadn't seen it yet, they all cried.
I
And it
know.
was like,
Oh,
hell
it's
yeah.
such a beautiful story.
It really is.
I
The
lo-
music,
I love
everything
Hedwig so
about
much.
it. Everything about it.
Have
I
you
love
seen
it.
Pluribus?
No, I need to.
The TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who plays Angel is in Pluribus.
Really?
Yeah, like a small role, but she's like a girlfriend.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I know her, and I was like, oh, it's Angel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love seeing her pop up. Miriam Shore, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
Precisely. Yeah.
She's
I
great.
really love her. Yeah.
Hedwig is wonderful. I mean, Broadway in general. Like, I just love Broadway.
Well, what was your first show you saw?
First Broadway show I saw was Beauty and the Beast on Broadway,
Oh
actually.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. That
Lucky.
Was, I know. And
Was
it
that the mid 90s or late 90s?
Yeah, it was
Was
like,
that with Susan?
yeah,
Egan?
Susan Egan. Yeah, I got to see. I was like too little to really like comprehend that I was seeing like somebody really cool. But yeah, that was crazy. Then I
That's
think
awesome.
Cats was my second Broadway
yes.
show.
That's a big
Also,
one.
like real formative. Saw that a bunch when I was little too, because I was like, this is everything to me.
Well, in the 80s and 90s, the Cats logo was everywhere too. It's like you would
Yeah,
constantly
I
see it
know.
on billboards and advertising.
And yet, only recently did we all realize it's cats.
It's
and
cats.
the pupils, the cats.
What do you mean only recently?
Yeah, all of us that collectively as a group here all
Oh,
recently
okay,
realized we're like
okay.
looking, we're like,
and the people
Oh.
of the cat, that it's little
Yeah.
cats.
a little
Yes,
cat- it's little
dancers.
cats.
Yeah, they're dancing.
Lauren, I think of you when I think of cats, and I didn't get into cats until that accursed movie came out right before the pandemic started.
That accursed
And-
film.
And we all, a bunch of us had,
for me.
except for, because Ming had to watch her tiny little jellicle kitten.
Yeah,
And,
my brand new
um,
kitten.
But we, in a big group, including Neil, all went to see it at 420 in a big group of 7 or 9 people.
Yeah.
And
What
and it
an
was
experience.
yeah, and from the get-go we were like
It was like the last gasp before COVID shut
Yeah.
everything down.
and we had a time, and by the end of it I was like, why am I crying? I was really moved by it.
Yeah, the music is really moving.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I need to see Cats. And then Cats was touring because I'm sure they were like, oh, everyone's going to love the movie. We have to be on tour because everyone's going to want to see us on tour. They came through Boston. I got a rush ticket just for me. And I saw it in theater, and I was like crying again. And I was like, I think this is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and I couldn't stop thinking about Cats. And then you told me to watch the Broadway video of it, and I was like, this is my favorite musical now.
Yeah.
And that wasn't until I was much older than you were when you watched it the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Neil found like a VHS taped version of the 80s Broadway show.
Yes.
And it's very fuzzy and everything, but we played it, and we played it for Darcy, and she loved it.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
it
here when I was here.
you
We
were
watched
here.
all
That's
together.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, this is one of the best.
remember?
Showing one of my friends' kids Cats is like, this is great.
And then she drew you and like me and Lauren as Jellicle Cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Which
made
is
one
so
was an
cool.
angel,
cool.
one of us a devil. And I was like, of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were some of the first things that like I would actually, cats were like some of my first Blorbos that I would draw them all the time. Them and the Spice Girls were like the two things that I
Who
Spice
was
Girls are good.
your favorite spice?
Ginger Spice.
Really?
Jerry
Spice.
Halliwell. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
you pointed out the sticker to me. You're like, oh, Jerry Halliwell.
Yeah, that was from the Look at Me video.
Yeah.
Who was your
Look
favorite?
at me.
Yep.
Betty,
Yeah.
who was your favorite Spice Girl?
Oh man, that's really hard. I think at the time I really loved the vibe of Posh Spice.
Yeah, I was gonna guess Posher Baby for you.
Mhm.
But I loved the look of Baby Spice too because I was like, oh, that's just a cartoon girl.
Yeah,
I think growing up I would have said Baby Spice. Also, I loved the necklace. You
yeah,
know?
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
I was Scary Spice.
You're
of course.
Scary Spice.
Yeah.
I loved them all. I mean, they were
Yeah.
all great, but yeah, Jerry Halliwell sang my song.
Mm.
It's like, yes, that's a lady.
She's very,
so
she is
good.
very cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Her little Union Jack onesie.
Yes. Oh my God. There was also this one. Did you guys ever see the video for Viva Forever?
Yes.
Where they're like these little toy fairies and they're just so cool. And I would, there was a Virgin Megastore in Times Square that my dad would take me
Yes.
to when I was little. And I would go to the import section and I would they had the singles, like the 5 singles of each fairy on every single one.
Oh.
And then a group one. And I had them all.
Oh my god!
I
And
don't
I
know
bet
where
they
they
were
are.
the enhanced CDs where you put it in your computer and you get a
Watch
music.
the video.
Yep.
On one of our previous episodes where we were talking about comedy, Betty and Neil and I were really gassing up Austin Powers, and it reminds me of Spice World so much. I mean, obviously Austin Powers is a little bit more of a different film than Spice World,
of course.
but spiritually they're somewhat similar. I'd say.
No, they
Yeah.
absolutely are. And what I love too about Spice World is that it also has Richard O'Brien, creator of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and
Hey.
Milo.
Oh, who's another Blorbo?
Yeah.
Another Broadway
and-
singing pop music.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Because
yes.
then we
Meatloaf is
also-
a big Blorbo,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Yes.
for sure. I mean,
No.
we don't look as politics, but
Well,
No,
yeah.
well, I lean more to Jim Steinman as opposed
exactly
to Meatloaf.
because
Jim Steinman
because
is
Jim
the
Steinman
writer of
did
everything.
that. Yeah.
Also wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart, R.I.P. to Bonnie Tyler.
yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Vampire Love dramatic song. I love it. But
Beautiful.
yeah, the
Beautiful.
music of Jim Steinman fucking rips.
We watched Streets of Fire last time you were
We
here, right?
did.
Yeah.
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 That's a great one. That was a fun one to watch for the first time with you guys.
Yeah.
It was really great.
That was like a pandemic first watch for me, and then like we just got everyone else
Yeah.
to watch it eventually, and I
Willem
loved it.
Dafoe.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
young Willem Dafoe.
Hubba Hubba Willem Dafoe. in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very those fishing pants. What's he doing in those galoshes and nothing else? Yeah, I have
my
a million
goodness.
old white guy Blorbos because they were just who were acting in films when we were growing up, by and large. And like you mentioned, Sam Neill, R.I.P.
Yeah,
Would you say you have a top 5?
Of old white men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do that easy. Hold on.
Easy?
I can do it easy. Again, don't approve of everything he's ever done, but David Bowie would have to be one. Leonard Nimoy is an old favorite white man of mine. Same age favorite white man of mine who's been a lifelong Blorbo, Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett,
yeah.
Yup.
He's always been a Blorbo. I've always
Did you
loved him.
see Trap? Or
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
well-
of course you've seen.
So
yeah,
good.
I
Yeah.
love Trap.
Yeah, we
Great
love
movie.
it. Trap
My
is
mom
great.
recently, I was on the phone with her the other day, and I was like, "Did you guys see Trap?" And she goes, "Have I seen it? I own it on DVD."
How I see it.
Oh,
yeah, and I
love
was
it.
like, "Oh, great, cool."
Yeah.
I was like, I should get it on DVD.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good. I mean, they're just like endless white men out there.
2 more. We got 2 more.
Two more from. Oh no, I'm like one of those idiot girls on a street that can't name a single woman.
Name it for a dollar. Name it for a
Name a
dollar.
white man. Name one white man.
Well, as a character,
I guess my
it's
husband.
As a childhood Blorbo.
Oh, child. No, he's not.
Yeah.
but he is white.
Yeah, he's just a white man you love. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Special.
He's a current Blorbo.
Special.
A special boy in all of our hearts.
What are the last 2 guys?
Oh, okay. We're
Because,
not letting go.
like,
Well,
I
it
mean,
would have to
you
be
could
Harrison
choose-
Ford for sure.
you
I
just
was
can
going to
also
say Harrison
choose
Ford, yeah.
A fictional guy who might not exist.
I know, but I would
physically.
go Harrison Ford just because Indiana Jones and Star Wars were so
Yeah.
big. But then also like that spate of films where he was a dad or the president in the 90s, like Fear
Yeah.
and Present Danger, Air Force One and stuff. I was just like, that's an adult.
He's great. No,
like
Harrison
as a child,
Ford
I was
is-
like, that's what being a man is
Yeah.
Harrison Ford right there.
And
Yeah.
still to this day, Harrison Ford, I feel like, is very much like that is what men should strive for.
And then I guess I'll say honorary mention to she's not a man, and she never said in words, I am genderqueer. But I'm going to count her as an old white man, Anne Rice.
Oh, because her OC
is Lestat.
I love that. I appreciate that. That's great.
And she and I, just like you were mutuals with Gerard Way on Twitter, Anne Rice and I were mutuals on Twitter.
Oh my God.
Until death.
That's,
it was spectacular. There's nothing like doing a piece of fan art for one of your favorite things and then being noticed.
I know
through the ether.
Actually, I need to also say the entire reason that Gerard Way even noticed me on Twitter was because of the prompt that you started amongst artists, which was gender swapped casting for superheroes.
Yes.
And I drew him as Raven, and that's like how he saw my work and started following me.
Oh, that is so cute.
So
we featured on Comics Alliance. It was the Gender Bend DCU, and Ming had drawn Bruce Wayne,
Sigourney Weaver as Bruce Wayne, and Winona Ryder as Dick Grayson.
Which is inspired.
Thank you.
Yep.
And a bunch of our art friends, they all drew Rule 63 DC casting of real life actors as what they would want.
That was really fun.
That was a really cool experience. And
that was very fun.
Your Gerard Way as Raven was and it caught his attention and he followed you.
It did. That was
amazing.
So fun. That was a man.
Gerard, we know you got her number. Give her a call, please.
We know you're listening right now.
We know that you are listening to every single word we're saying.
Gerard.
I would fucking
Gerard.
puke if I knew I would cry.
Gerard, please call my friend and make her puke.
Make her a what?
Make her puke.
Make her puke?
The power you hold. I think he would like that, though. He'd be like, I am like a demon you summon. I arrive and you projectile vomit.
It would be very that. Oh my God. I just wouldn't want to make him. He's just a guy who likes his privacy. So that's why it's like, I don't ever want to overwhelm.
And you're just a guy who makes great art.
Thanks.
You just want to approach him like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. And you know,
like
he seems like he's more of a cat person than a dog person.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like we all are inside. We have our dog tendencies, but
I have to put you on the spot now and ask, what were your favorite 5 Star Wars Blorbos?
5 Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay, let me think.
Think of yours too. I want to hear yours.
Not in order, but Anakin, Obi-Wan, R5, D4. The last 2 are really hard to think about.
It's always those last 2, right?
It's always the last 2. I do like Grievous.
Everyone likes Grievous.
I don't know if he'd be my number 1 though.
Well, you'd be number 4.
I get it.
You know,
there's so many that it's
there's
like
so many
guys you love, but it's hard to be like these are the ultimate.
I love the little bat in the cantina.
Oh, the little bat lady.
Little bat lady.
Yeah,
she's a little lady.
She's very cute. I gotta go. You got one more.
One more.
A member of the Jedi Council. A clone.
Obi-Wan.
Maybe a clone.
Obi-Wan is. No, I don't like the clone. I'm sorry about that.
Is there a different droid?
Or a little critter?
Battle droid?
What about Salacious Crumb?
Hey,
Salacious Crumb is a really good idea. Yeah, I think, Salacious Crumb always makes you happy.
You have Salacious Crumb energy. That's why.
I really like Salacious. Yeah, I think I'd choose Salacious Crumb because also when we went to visit the Jar Jar altar.
The Jar Jar altar.
Altar Jar Jar.
They love Jar Jar. Also, big love to Jar Jar Binks.
They had one.
If you're listening, Jar Jar.
Hey, Jar
Way, Jar Jar Binks. If you're Jar Jar Way.
Also, he famously has that tweet. Like, there's a good Gerard Way tweet where he goes, "Are you guys ever just like up?" like late at night thinking about Jar Jar Binks or something like that. And I'm like, why? And people who don't care for either, they love that tweet. It's like a really good meme. And I'm like, he's just like us for real.
He is. When the sequels came out, I posted like the Vanity Fair cover that I got that had a whole bunch of them, and he replied to it saying, "Very interested in Leia's hairdo."
Wow.
It was so funny that like that is
her hairdo is interesting.
It is interesting. It is interesting. All right, so we got your Salacious Crumb is your 5th one, you think?
I think I'll replace Grievous with
That's
Probably
nice.
Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, Luke's a big one.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
But he wasn't one of my Blorbos until like more recently. Like I think I appreciate him for having to deal with all of that.
Yeah. I
You
feel
know?
like Star Wars is one of those things where like it's ever changing your attachments and your connections to different characters. Because
I mean, I know like 10 years ago, I don't think I would have ever said Anakin and Obi-Wan were my top 5
Yeah.
at all.
And now.
Right? And
And
now
now.
they're so important.
And now we both have a T-shirt with Anakin and Obi-Wan on it, drawn by Lauren Moran.
Exactly.
I did it, guys.
It's a shirt. It's a shirt that when I wear to cons, people always like. They're like, "I have that shirt."
Yeah,
or
it's a popular one.
Or they're like, "Wait, I love that artist. What's her name?" And I'm like, "That's my friend. Her name's Lauren Moran." And they're like, "Yes, Lauren." And like people have like brought it up to me, and I'm like, they get excited to spot.
It's so
love
cool.
that.
It's,
That's one of
it's
my-
a line art drawing of Anakin and Obi-Wan crossing sabers, touching tips, with like tattoo style flames coming up in front of them, and it said, "You are the chosen one," in the flames.
I love that.
It's such a good shirt.
I'm very proud of it. And the reason that I did that one because I had done flame text I was designing like a bunch of shirts for a rapper, and usually like when you do work, for some artists you do like a whole bunch of different designs for them, and then they pick out which ones they want to use. And didn't use the flame text that I used, but I was like, fuck, I really loved drawing that
Drawing
flame
flame,
text,
yeah.
and like I love the way that it looks. So I was like, what is something that I can make flame text for? And I figured an Anakin Obi-Wan.
That is
Spot on.
Anakin gets set on fire.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I loved every incarnation of that shirt. I also love your typography like work. The
Yeah.
way you
you.
do typography logo work is amazing. And not to mention, you should mention your recent T-shirt feature.
Oh yeah, actually. Oh wait, hold on. Let's put a pin in that. Your top 5 Star Wars Blorbos.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah. Yoda, of course.
Yes.
Jedi Master Yoda.
Yep.
Gonk/Gomp, the
Yep.
trash droid.
Yep.
Salacious Beakram. Lukey boy, Luking Skywalker. Have always enjoyed him. Mouse droid. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, the
Yep,
mouse
yep,
droids are
yep,
so
yep.
And then I love it
cute.
whenever you see a mouse droid and they go,
And they run away in fear.
I like that they come in different scales too. Like
Yes.
we've seen them in different like sizes.
yeah,
now.
any size of suitcase that you can imagine.
But
A
sometimes
mouse
it's
droid.
really small, like the size of like the little R5 feet. You know.
Cuties.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
Love droids. Good ones. Good ones.
Love that.
Oh,
Okay.
Good
I was
Blorbos.
mentioning your T-shirt.
Oh yeah. So a couple months ago, my friend Chris, who's friends with Iffy on Dropout and also just like comedy in general, but he was like, "Hey, can you do a metal logo of this like weird word that he wants to use?" And it was Spagliacci from an episode of Game Changer that he used like last season. So I made it and I didn't really know what it was for. I just sent it out and I was like, there you go, and never heard like what it was for or why I had to make it. And then yesterday on the new episode of Game Changer, Iffy was wearing the shirt with the metal logo on it. And it was so cool.
And,
I was
he,
very
and he ended
excited.
up being a very important character to the whole game. And on top of that, he was the perfect T-shirt model because he had such a beautiful broad chest
Yes.
that perfectly
A
displayed
lot of
the
display
design.
space.
Yes,
Yeah.
strong chest, lots of space for
I was like, dang.
a text logo.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was so,
great.
and it was so sharp, and like the fact that it was so legible on screen, I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I was very excited.
You're a hero. You're a real hero.
Wow.
And you've done a lot of fan art for Dropout too.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
started doing stuff just because it's like, again, it's one of those things that this brings me joy, and I just want to make things that like make me feel good.
Who's the like Blorbo that you're focusing on most right now? Would you say like or property
Or who-
Blorbo laden
what,
property?
Yeah, what are your
property.
top inspos right now?
I mean, I have things on the top of my head that I want to be drawing next. I know I want to do some Night of the Seven Kingdoms pieces.
Yeah,
Yes.
dunk the lunk.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have the ideas that I just need to do. I want to do some hacks artwork.
Yes.
That is something. I'm also the new Olivia Rodrigo album is really like scratching an itch for me. So
Yeah.
I'm doing some Olivia Rodrigo stuff. What else? I think that's like the things at the forefront of what I'm like thinking about doing. And I'm always like pondering different stuff that I would want to draw. I also like I want to do more my chem stuff because I'm also just there on the forefront of my brain seeing all the
It springs eternal and evergreen.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it is a constant spring of inspiration, which is great. It's the best because when that little Blorbo, he wears the best outfits and he's a kooky little baby just doing all sorts of fun stuff.
I loved when you were drawing a bunch of his outfits during the tour.
Yeah, the first tour.
You should totally make like some kind of like
Make a paper
sketchbook
doll.
lookbook.
Paper doll, fashion doll.
Oh, that would be very
Yeah.
cool. Broadway paper doll.
Mhm.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah.
so fun.
You can give him some Leia fits
Yes. Oh,
too. With the wigs.
Yes. Oh, that would be so cute. I wish I actually scanned those pieces that I did so I could have like turned it into some kind of like book or something like that. Oh, also Haley Williams, drawn a lot of Haley Williams stuff.
Yes.
Which like, love her. She is also somebody that I would love to design some merch for. She always has cool merch. And another really cool thing that she does that pretty much no other musical artists do is that not only does she pay you for the design, but you also get a cut of every shirt that she sells. She pays the artist like a slice of that, which
Wow,
like
that's awesome.
nobody does. Nobody does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the one downside of like, I don't know, just being an artist in general is like you sell something for a certain price for somebody to make like
A lot of
much money off.
Yeah.
of, you know?
Hey, listeners, never be like me and draw an entire coffee table book for a set amount of money per page, which isn't enough, and then go to your editor hat in hand and say, may I please have 1% or even 0.5% of royalties? And then they say no. And then you say, okay. Don't ever be like that.
That's just, it feels so crazy to me. It
We're
like
just
it
so
really
devalued
feels
all the
so
time.
crazy to me. Yeah, it's just it's
That's why I think it's so important to draw from the heart, draw the things that you like, because the industry, working for yourself, working for other people, no matter what industry you're in, is never going to give you the same returns spiritually or monetarily as working on something that you actually care about.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time that I've taken a job just to be like, well, you know, I think I should just do this job because it would be good for my portfolio or my career, but I didn't love the subject matter or whatever, I've ended up regretting it and having a bad time. And so like really going forward into my 40s and 50s, I'm planning on just celebrating and enshrining the Blorbo. I'm having a Blorbification of my artistic process because I just want to be more like my hero Lauren Moran. Yeah. And like just, you know, follow my bliss.
Yeah.
Be a little art gremlin and do little things that make me happy.
Yes. I feel like that's and if you're in a place where you can do that, even if
not everyone can, and
No.
we've all had to take jobs that we didn't like.
Oh my God, of course. I mean, it's, you know, there's also nothing wrong with having to work another job while also doing art and everything. I had to do that for a very long time. And that's one of the things too, is I worked a job designing t-shirts, which was, you know, it was very gratifying in a lot of different ways, especially like seeing things that I designed all over the place. You know what I mean? Because I had shirts in Target, Walmart. So it was people buy shirts from there all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're doing work for other people and it's like, it burns you out. Well, I love all the growth and like my typography, like you mentioned earlier, like that skill absolutely like shot to the moon. You know,
It's transferable.
Because, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's very clear you're able to take your merchandising sense that you learned from your corporate job into your personal stuff. And then on top of that, it's been so extraordinary watching your art and your career like just flourish and blossom after being able to leave your job and to be like follow your
So brave, so cool.
like you're following your own art bliss. And I'm just like, dang, like I mean, I'm so proud of how you do at all the cons, and I'm always bragging to everyone here about how you're doing.
Thank you. I'm always taken aback. I never like go into something expecting any kind of, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So it's always a surprise. It always really exciting. And I truly appreciate every single person who like even takes the time to like stop and look, you know what I mean? I always thank people, even if they're just like looking around at the table, like, thank you for looking at my stuff. Like that is, not everybody does that in Artist Alley. Sometimes you're just like walking, quickly scanning, but if you wanted to stop and look, that's more than enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
fine.
Because
It's-
maybe they're like it might be a follow, or they might come back later and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you're always so welcoming at your table,
Mhm.
and you always make sure to let people know if they need help or whatever. And I'm always I think that you give them an experience that they might not get at other artist alley tables.
Yeah,
you know?
I try to, give them space if they want to, because I never want you to feel pressured to have to buy something or something. But it's always great too, because it's so funny how people will come and be like, oh, I love that. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I they're always surprised by the amount of different things that I have that they also
you have such a catalog, such a Rolodex.
Yeah, because you have a lot of stuff that's like across different fandoms.
Yeah.
So you have so much that I think that, of course, if you kind of curated like a lot of stuff that, if you like this, you probably like that, you probably like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not even the thing of thinking about it. I think it's just really fun that I think it's the essence of what makes comic conventions so fun and so wonderful, is that in my head, it's like none of these things go together, but it's all the things that I like. And then you find somebody else who's like, I also like all of these weird things. You know what I mean? Things that aren't really connected, but people, I don't know. It's just very cool to have conversations with people who are like,
It's very
Yeah.
genuine.
Blorbos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. So something that I realize I do every time I go to any artist alley is I do the Blorbos scan.
Mhm.
I look at every table. I'm like, oh, cute art. But I'm like, okay,
Where are my Blorbos?
Is he here? Is
Yes,
he here?
yes.
You know, where is he?
Like
Yeah.
when we went to Anime Boston this a couple months ago, I was like, all right, I want to do Heated Rivalry Blorbo scan.
Yes.
And I found a couple.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to help narrow down.
Exactly. Just looking for the Blorbos.
And
Finding like something, an art style that speaks to you, and then looking for the Blorbos.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good
I
time.
like to think that if some people have mind palaces, which are like well organized, like the Louvre or a museum that you can just go through and look at stuff, I would like to think that our mind palaces are just like
artist alleys.
they're just flea market, antique market, dusty old artist alley.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
I like that.
it is funny too, because there are times where like I will forget something that I really love and have an attachment to until I'm like, oh, good. Wait.
There's
Until-
a dusty
until it's
old
real-
Howdy Doody puppet.
Yeah. When it's reawakens and when you see it, then
Yes.
you're like, this meant something so much to me and I need to revisit it.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun. I feel like that's what happened with me with wrestling, because
Same.
I watched it when I was little, and then when I got to high school, I kind of fell off because it was one of those things that it's like, well, nobody else watches wrestling, so it's not like wrestling is more fun when you have friends to talk about it with
It's
and get
so true.
excited
I
for.
will say that, wrestling wasn't very much in the cultural consciousness when I was like, it was on the TV and stuff, but like I never knew any kids in middle school or high school that were like wrestling fans.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine. I went to boarding school being into wrestling,
Well,
right?
yeah, but I
Right?
mean, even in middle school and elementary school, I wasn't boarding, and nobody liked it then too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's-
the only wrestling fan I knew growing up was my grandfather, my yaya.
Oh, that's
and he
really
had to
cute.
watch it in secret because my grandmother was like, wrestling is evil.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, and that's kind of how it, in elementary school and stuff. Like there were kids that I was friends with that were into it, but yeah, as you get older, people just sort of fall off. But once I started working at my shirt design company, one of the licenses we had was WWE. So
That's
it was
so
like,
cool.
as soon as I started designing, I was like, oh my God, all these guys are still around. This is so cool. And like in order to design shirts and understand like how to make something that would sell, you have to know the storylines and know
You
what
have to
people's
know the
gimmicks are.
character story.
Yeah, so it was one of those things that I was like, I remember why I loved this so much, because all
That's
these
so
people are so
cool.
cool.
You
Yeah.
took out all the old WWE action figures from the Tupperware bin, and they were that sticky kind of plastic.
I brought all those out. Now I have them on my shelf, all like my old women wrestlers and like my signed photo of Alita that I got when I was little. Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it's always fun to just like fall into those, rediscover something that you love so much.
Totally.
I thought when you're about to start with the Mind Palace thing, I thought you were about to talk about how you feel like your Blorbos all live in the same apartment building together or same house mansion
that would be
together.
so fun.
And I've worried. I'm like, I hope my Blorbos are
they
nice
getting
to each
along?
other. Like,
Are they
Because
getting along?
when I started becoming very Anakin filled, I was like, all my Blorbos better be nice to him.
I like
He's
you.
gonna kill them all.
Or else he'll annoy to them. I love that. What a cute sitcom idea.
Because
House of Cosby.
Isn't that just like what's the game? The meme
Tomodachi.
Tomodachi
Life.
Life. That is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tomodachi Life is the ultimate blorbification, and it's so fun. It's our island is so funny. I'm sure most people who have Tomodachi Life, it's a similar array where it's all your blorbos, your favorite guys. Like we have RoboCop and Pee Wee Herman and Anakin and Obi-Wan and all that, and then it's just us also.
Also us, and also your pets.
Also our pets, Huey and Maple have been turned
and Hazel.
and Hazel the hamster.
Yep. Need them all. Need everybody
So
there.
sometimes our hamster will just like be hanging out with Anakin. I'm
It's
like,
so
don't get her. She's a youngling. She's just a baby.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I do think about that. I'm like, oh, would my Blorbos be nice to this one Blorbo? And I hope they are, you know?
It's amazing that we can have all these different ingredients and it's still such a harmonious stew of stuff that we like.
Yes, it all somehow like I feel like there's got to be some kind of overlap to everything, but I feel like it might just be the creativity that goes into that.
As
you know what I
we
mean?
continue to yes. But
yeah.
as we continue to list off things and share lists of favorites and likes and dislikes with our friends and each other over time, I'm sure the word cloud will only grow.
Yes,
and we'll see more and more words overlapping.
as it does.
And then we're gonna find that the real big overlap is just Jesus.
It's just I
mean,
wow, he was really the answer all along.
yeah,
Just like they said.
You should have listened.
the original Blorbo.
Yeah.
Blorbo. Wow,
That's him for some people.
is the
What
answer.
if this was just all lead up to like a Jesus recruitment like episode? I was like, by the way, my current Blorbo is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're the Church of Latter-day Saints people that stand outside of the subway with the standees and the pamphlets.
Lauren, one time, two Mormon
This was cute.
boys came like
On mission, like
On
wearing the
mission.
slacks,
Yeah, yeah.
holding the books and stuff.
they approached us.
We were walking outside on a sidewalk by Broadway.
Yeah,
You know?
and we were on our way to the Ahsoka episode 5
Yup.
IMAX premiere.
screening, and
so
so we were in costume.
Jealous. I got it.
We were dressed as
God.
Obi-Wan and Anakin in our robes.
And these Mormons were like, "Hi, you guys look great. Do you mind talking for her?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, our religion is Jedi." And
she
we
literally said that, and then we just strode away.
and they chuckled and they're charmed, and then they were like, "Okay."
Oh, I love that.
And then we just jumped in the car, and then ran off.
Yep.
Mormons, I admire their willingness to go out and pound the streets.
Hey man, yeah, you really gotta have.
Lauren, have you seen the movie Heretic? I've asked them. It's the one with Hugh Grant.
No, I haven't, but I
Okay.
do want to.
I think all of us should watch it sometime. Because
Doesn't he talk about Jar Jar?
He literally talks about he talks about Jar Jar Binks at one point where he talks about all like he makes a really amazing, beautiful allegory about what the creation myths, how they all kind of could, like go together and they're the same thing and regurgitate over and over again to be repackaged as different religions. And he compares it to like Monopoly and the evolution of Monopoly. Then it eventually ends up with him doing a Jar Jar Binks impression, and it's great.
Oh, isn't Sophie Thatcher in that?
She is, and she's
Love Sophie
great in it.
Thatcher,
And she's a Mormon missionary.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that's all I could think of though. I was like,
How interesting. Everything that we talked about coalesced into one story idea here at the end.
for an
Jar Jar
A24
Binks.
movie,
Jar Jar
An
Binks.
A24 movie.
Mormonism.
A B-52 movie?
Okay. It's Jar Jar Binks. Mormonism. Old white guy. Blorb.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Horror
for sure.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sophie Thatcher.
Sophie
all
Thatcher also in
Shink.
Star Wars.
spectacular.
Wait, who's she in Star Wars?
She was in the Boba Fett show. She was one of the cyberpunks.
You're right.
Yeah.
She's also
Remember the
in
Scooter
Companion.
Gang?
She
She's also-
isn't. I fucking love that.
I was gonna ask if you like Companion because I figured if you
Yeah.
liked Obsession, you must have liked Companion.
Loved Companion, and they filmed it in the Hudson Valley.
Is that the AI girl
Yeah.
robot?
Girlfriend robot. Yeah.
It's so, and I went into it not knowing anything about it because Mondo and I went to like an early screening
Oh,
for it.
cool.
So all I knew was that like she was and that was
Oh my god! I need to go back in time. One of my favorite old white men Blorbos. I was struggling for so long. I was like, who's been with me my whole life that I've loved always?
Who?
Clancy Brown.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
Sweet
okay,
Clancy
okay,
Brown.
okay.
Rewind the tape.
Rewind it.
Who was it? Okay, so you said.
I said David Bowie, Leonard Nimoy, Harrison Ford.
Anne Rice.
Anne Rice.
Are you gonna replace Anne Rice?
Am I gonna replace Anne Rice with Clancy Brown?
But like because Lestat is very important.
Oh, Josh Hartnett was the
Josh
other one.
Hartnett.
Are you gonna
I
replace
guess.
Josh
I guess
Hartnett?
just because he's young,
Yeah.
we'll put Clancy in there.
Because Josh Hartnett is not old. He's perfect.
Yeah, I said Leonard Nimoy. I said Spock.
Yeah, Neil.
Neil
Don't
just
worry.
came. Neil came over here and he was like, he mouthed, "Did you mention Spock?" And then he pinched his ears together
To look like
into an
Spock.
elephant
Look in the
formation.
ear. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
And
mentioned
from across
Spock.
the room, I was like, yeah, he is talking about Spock.
Yeah, we're talking about Spock. Don't worry.
Neil, real quick. Who's your current Blorbo?
Speak it into my mouth.
Oh,
Ew.
my current
Don't make out.
Blarbo.
No, not a
Who's a
Blar.
Blorbo?
Not the
That's the
Blarney
boy
Stone.
version of a Blorbo. It's a Blarbo.
No, it's a Blarba. It's a Blorba.
Girls have Blorbos and boys have Blarbas.
There's Blorbuses.
Or Blorbino. Do you have a Blorbo right now? Who is a like if you could get a bag charm of a guy?
Is it that animator of the Triumph Jackson music video? Is that
it-
your Blorbo?
Oh yeah, Robert Abel and Associates.
Is that your current Blorbo?
Is that Captain Not Obvious YouTube guy?
Captain Disillusion.
Yeah, that
Is it
one.
is
Sure,
is it
it's
is it
Blorbo.
one of the is it that is Castle Man?
Longmont Potion Castle.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know what? He is
Longmont-
that guy's a Blorbo
would
that I
you-
have no mental image of.
Yeah. Can you know what? You should draw him. You should draw what you think in your mind's eye that he looks like, and then that'll be him.
Neil's an actually pretty great artist in
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah, draw Lawnman.
In a certain way.
Thank
What
you.
is that?
In a certain and
I'm an
specific way.
occasional doodler, but sometimes I make a face that I like.
I
like that.
like seeing a Neil doodle, and I want
Yeah.
to see him draw what he thinks in his mind's eye and his heart what Longmont Potion Castle looks like.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Longmont Potion Castle is. Is this a comedy thing?
It's
Ren Fair
a
thing?
long-running
I presume comedy.
prank caller.
I hate that shit.
No. You like this one. I've played.
No. You like it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you like it. It's not like the Jerky Boys.
No, he coined.
Opie and
I'm
Anthony?
a luxurious.
Oh my God! Wait,
You know, that-
Blorbo's.
Oh,
we
a
also have to
luxurious
talk about the
guy.
Muppets
Yeah,
at
I
some
do like
point.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
Blorbo Muppets.
Puppets.
Blorbo
Puppets.
Muppets?
Wait, do you have a
I
favorite?
just
do you have
need-
a favorite Muppet?
Ooh.
Neil's a big puppet guy. So we love puppets. Who you want to put your hand in?
We're kind of talking like Muppets now.
Yeah, I
think
know,
we've
we
all
sound
kinda
like the
turned into
bands.
Muppets.
Yeah.
I like
think
it.
you guys are my favorite.
Dr.
Muppets.
Teeth and the Electric Man, baby.
Damn, Grover, you hear that?
Honestly, that would be a fun group costume to go
Oh
as the
my
Electric
god! If we're
Mayhem.
all,
Oh, yeah.
if we're all, yeah, I would love that.
I'll be Janice.
Yes.
Brave of you.
Brave
to
of you to
play
be
One of
Janice.
the two women.
Who's the other woman in the Electric Mayhem?
No, just a Muppets.
In Muppets,
all-
period.
Oh,
yeah.
got you.
Piggy.
And Janice.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And-
I'm also willing to be animal.
Brave.
Brave.
That'd be so cute.
I'll be anyone.
Jim Henson himself is a Blorbo.
Yes.
That's true.
You ever seen
Same.
Timepiece, the
No.
short film he did in the 60s? That's a bunch of like trippy editing. And he himself is the main character in it.
Yeah.
He is cute.
Pull it up,
He
Neil.
is
Let's
very
watch
We'll
cute.
watch it
We should
later.
watch it.
We
Yeah.
went to a film fest like at the Brattle over a decade ago that was all just Jim Henson shorts and like all of his original like the LaToy Dragon like
Oh,
commercials
yeah.
and things
My
like black and
God.
white commercials. He was so
That
funny.
sounds incredible.
He was he
Oh.
was really spectacular.
If I think
And-
about Jim Henson too much, I
and
start crying,
Jim,
honestly.
and Jim
Yeah.
Henson's Blorbo was Rolf.
Yeah, that was his
Aw.
first boy.
I love the interview that he does with Arsenio Hall with Rolf. It's so cute. And he's like, well, see, the guy has to, I'm a puppet. So that's why.
Zan's got to be in there
Yeah.
to mix him up.
That's so cute.
Hey, did you know what Kermit said when Jim Henson died?
What?
Nothing.
Stop.
I'm gonna literally.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, go away.
Oh, well, I'm glad we just killed him.
Yeah, he's
Stop
dead
laughing.
now.
Stop
Stop
laughing.
it! Don't laugh. You're gonna die too someday.
Wait,
Not us though. We're
Okay,
immortal.
top Muppets.
Top
Okay,
five
okay,
Muppets.
Top five Muppets.
You guys do it.
top 5 Muppets.
Top five Muppets,
I guess,
Lauren.
should we go around like
One Muppet each.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quick lightning round. Susan, Lazy Susan of Muppets. Favorites, starting with Lauren.
Gonzo,
Kermit.
Miss Piggy,
Pepe,
Oscar.
Robin,
Rizzo,
Bert.
Kermit,
Kermit,
Robin.
I feel like we're drafting them. I know. It feels like we're drafting.
This is Muppet.
This is actually a little bit more
Muppet
stressful.
Fantasy.
And also the fact that we're repeating Robin and Kermit. I like to just say Robin and Kermit, like ping pong back and forth.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you
that-
say Robin. No, I'm going to say Robin.
I
Oh my god.
know. Okay, that's 3 each.
Sweetums.
Sam,
no, I
Sam
had-
the Eagle.
Okay, I had Kermit was my fourth.
Okay.
So then you said Robin.
Okay.
So now this is your fourth.
Rolf.
Rolf.
Yeah.
Fozzie's my fifth one.
Statler and Waldorf, one entity.
Absolutely.
true.
They live in the same house. Gay.
Lauren.
And they were
That's,
roommates.
and that's not the old man Yowie that I like.
And my
That's the
final
old man
one
Yowie I like.
is Bean the Bunny.
Yay!
Beat the bunny.
Wow.
You
solid.
there, boy.
The most
There was-
Emmett Otter coded. of
Yeah.
the
Oh, I do
Muppets.
love Emmett Otter. But yeah, I like
He's
Bean,
good.
Bean Bunny.
There was one time when I was visiting Julie and Rose out in Seattle, and they didn't know that I love the Muppets so much. So they asked me who my top three were, and when I said Gonzo, Rizzo, and Pepe,
Oh my God,
Julia-
Gonzo, yes.
Julia straight up laughed at me. Like,
Why?
Because they sounded like 2 or 3 dudes.
No, because she's like, you just love a weird little guy.
Yeah.
Like, you
Least favorite Muppets. Go.
no,
Oh.
none.
No, I'm serious. Which ones do you dislike?
Oh, who could I not perceive ever again?
Okay, Beaker. No, Bunsen. I like Beaker. Bunsen, the round one without the eyes. He's a little too cocky.
You hate him because he's a
Honeydew?
cantaloupe. A honeydew
He's a
melon.
cantaloupe, and I don't like
You
that.
hate that melon.
Mhm.
I
I was like, actually, you know what? He's a know-it-all man in a
yeah,
lab
oh, I
coat.
know. I know exactly. I know exactly which one. The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that little girl.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
weird
she's
little
But you know
girl.
who I love? Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah.
Come and get to know me.
Come and know me better, man.
I really like, I feel like the only Muppet that kind of makes me feel weird is Floyd, only because of his eyes. Like the fact that his eyes are almost like two mouths.
Who's Floyd?
He's the guitarist from with like the fluffy hair from the Electric Mayhem.
Oh yes,
They're
yes.
not
Janice's
all
bow.
winners, and that's why I bravely called Janice.
you're like, I don't want to be that fuck.
Neil
with
asked
that.
that
be that
question because
shithead.
he has a Muppet he wants to talk
Oh,
shit
Neil.
about so
I-
bad.
I-
Who's your
I
least favorite Muppet?
conceptually I love the Swedish Chef, but he always kind of gives me the ick.
Is
Is it because of human
It's
hands?
the, yeah, it's the hands.
That's fair.
He's just a normal flesh color.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair.
No eyes.
That's fair. I do love
He
though,
seems like
and
a careless chef.
he does. But in Muppet Vision 3D RIP, one of my favorite parts about it was when the Swedish Chef showed up in the back with a fucking gun. Right? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
A Swede would never.
he would never. That one would.
I guess that's why he needs the hands.
He needs the hands for the
For the
gun,
trigger.
so he can shoot people. Oh my god!
Wow.
When he fires 3 shots, is he like bork, bork, bork?
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh, man, I miss Muppet 3D Vision. That was
Yeah,
great.
I wish I had gotten to go on that.
Fuck, man.
Neil, I wish you would create a new puppet show. Would you, if I made you some little puppets to stick your hand in, would you give them voice?
Would you
And
shove
life.
your hand in the puppet?
Yeah.
Can we
That
just
she
create
makes.
a collective like Henson? Can we just do what they did?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Just
the
a bunch
Muppet
of friends.
Factory.
Let's have
Literally-
our own Muppet movie.
Literally, I'm always waiting. I'm like, please
I've been-
be an art collective with me. Anyone?
Yes.
I've
yes.
been pitching to everyone. I'm like, everyone needs to make or create what their puppet representative would be because I think everyone has a designated puppet.
I think that realistically, you and I would be whenever Jim Henson does dragons.
Ooh,
You know?
yeah,
Like the evil dragon businessman from
Yes.
Yeah.
But like you'd be a red one with smoke coming out of the nostrils,
Yeah.
not smoke coming out of the
I
nostrils.
don't make Snoke. Anti Blorbo.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I don't care for that guy.
I'd be a
I
little green
think
one.
I think you're underestimating the severe grind of Jim Henson.
No, he-
building his
yeah.
Muppet empire.
No, for real.
we
that
know,
guy
we know.
fucking hustled.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Kermit was built from his mother's coat and a ping pong ball. You know what I mean? Like he
You know
took
what?
that
Have you ever-
and built an empire.
My favorite. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's more like a fan theory. I forget where I read this. Maybe it was a YouTube video. But someone theorized that when he was buying those ping pong balls, they used to come off the rack. You know, they'd be in a little plastic container.
Oh!
And this person theorized that like the little hole in the cardboard was used to trace Kermit's eyes.
Yes,
The pupil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little thing that they do to put on the peg holder. It's literally the same little
Shape, yeah.
like cross with a little circle.
That would
on
make so much
Yeah,
sense
to fit
because
the
he was a
peg.
crafty
it to
guy.
fit on the peg. And it's a stencil in itself.
Yep.
1 in a million.
He's so smart.
truly.
And he loved Measers. Yeah.
I feel like I would look like a Fraggle if I were to be a
Fraggles
Muppet.
are good. No,
I feel like that's what I would look like if I was a Muppet.
I'm a
I like
doozer.
that.
I'm just a little doozer.
No, I said you're a dragon.
Those giants from the Fraggles, those are least favorite Muppets, right?
That's fair. Yeah, those are pretty rough looking.
Yeah,
they're a little
scary.
weird. They're a little.
I
little
guess it's
intimidating.
like, well, how do we feel about Snuffleupagus?
I
love
love
him.
Snuffleupagus.
I like
love
him too.
him.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Of course I did. You know that they got rid of him because they thought that he was inciting mental.
No, I thought
No?
is that
Is that an
true, or
urban legend?
Is that an urban legend?
Do we
Is
have to
that
look up on
like-
Snopes?
Was it
Did
because he
Fox
was
News tell you that?
No, it was because like was it?
he was the imaginary friend of Big Bird?
Yeah, and that like no one believed him, and then finally they saw him, and it was like an allegory for like believing a kid when
Yeah.
they tell you
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
Oh.
Yeah,
He's
and
still
how
alive,
like
though. I think he's still.
Yeah.
He just doesn't hang out as much.
I mean, he's quite big, but I do love Snuffy. I love
He's
Snuffy.
quite big.
He's
just
quite
like
big.
Jacob Elordi. He's
Yeah.
too big.
I love.
I feel like Jacob Elordi's more of a Big Bird kind of big.
We love a big guy though.
Big,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, we haven't talked about big Blorbos, Godzilla.
Godzilla,
Yeah,
Mothra.
Godzilla.
love
I was
Mothra.
like, big Blorbos. What?
Ron
Kylo Ren?
Perlman.
Ron Perlman, Adam Driver.
Yeah, you guys thought of
Two large men.
Yeah,
But Bethany was more big brain, really, truly big brain thing.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
like, no, I mean big lizard.
like the biggest
big.
guy.
Like a-
Mothra's my guy,
I want to
though.
see
Yeah.
Godzilla fight the BFG.
Yeah,
The big fucking giant.
Yeah, the big fucking giant. Roald Dahl's a big fucking giant. You want to see? You want to see? You want to see Godzilla punch your dad?
Yeah, because the
Literally, Neil, I want you to say it so people know.
Steven Spielberg BFG
I forgot
looks
you did.
kind of like my dad.
Doesn't look kind of like, that's Jerry's face.
I can't tell him. I've tried talking to my parents about this, and they're like, I don't see it. But I think my
Your
dad,
parents don't see it.
Well,
Yeah.
they're
Nancy
I
and
think
Jerry
my dad
won't
is
admit.
aging into the BFG. It's like I foresee the BFG.
And they won't
Yeah,
admit
yeah.
that he's becoming the BFG.
As it's colliding into the fates of becoming the BFG.
But you know, everyone says you look a lot like your dad, Neil, so watch out. Are you going to be
I
so
fight like
easy?
me, Dad.
Are you going to be
you
so
gonna be a
easy
big
and quick to
fucking
admit? When you look in the mirror one day and you start to see the BFG's features creeping over your smooth countenance, are you going to be so eager to announce?
Are you gonna are you gonna make a formal
simply
public
asked.
announcement
Your
to say
smooth
I am
countenance.
turning into the BFG?
I'm gonna parlay
As-
it into an embarrassing Instagram account where I'm doing a BFG impression. For
Oh
the youth.
no, you're gonna be a BFG influencer.
Yeah, and then all
Oh
my
my
comments will
God.
be like,
You're gonna be like those
Wow.
Onceler influencers.
what? The what?
the Onceler
Onceler
influencers,
influencers.
where
Are
they're
there-
like role playing as the Onceler from
Oh.
the Lorax, and they're like,
Oh, yeah,
and
they're
they're
there.
answering Tumblr.
Are they middle aged though?
No, well,
No,
maybe
I'm
now
talking
they
about
are.
like
They
the
might be.
you know the old guys on Instagram, and all the comments are like, "How did my algorithm find this?" You know,
Yeah.
like that stuff.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to parlay it into a BFG influencer who looks like the BFG, but only from a 3/4 angle, like the
Oh.
Rihanna influencers,
Oh,
the,
like-
look,
yeah.
like the lookalikes.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
The big fucky giant.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're big thirsty. Like you're thirst trapping, but you're like the BFG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is this your way of telling me that you love
Giant women.
Are you about to do only fans, but just
No.
giant?
Hey, listen, you guys brought it up. That's not true. I brought it.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
Hey.
I was like, I had to think. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I got.
Neil has to
I'm
go.
gonna get out of here.
Yeah, you should leave.
Why is there a bell here?
Well, I guess it's time for the episode end.
I'm going to ring the bell and end the episode. Everyone, are you ready? 3, 2. Wait, any last words?
Lauren, where can people find you online?
My website is artoflaurenmoran.com and my @ on Instagram is @LaurenMoran.
At Lauren Moran.
Yeah, that's really. Sometimes I'll post a TikTok, but I don't really like to do it because videos make me feel the icky inside to make. Not for any other reason other than it's just stressful. But
It's
it's
so
Lauren
much work.
Moran is dead on TikTok because somebody already has my name, so it's Lauren Moran is dead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lauren, thank you for joining to talk like art, process, and most importantly,
Blorbos.
Do
Yeah.
you want to tap the bell?
Yeah.
That's a C8. Hit it, smash it as hard as you want.
Okay.
And let's harmonize with it after it goes.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I love you both very much.
We love you.
We love you, Lauren.
Oh, Dolby.
Well, that's been our show. Thank you for listening.
You can find more of us on Instagram and YouTube at Betty and Ming, or you can reach us over email, bettyandmingknoweverything at gmail.com.
You can send us your questions, comments, and love letters.
We love you.
Bye.